Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our students in grade 11, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please open your course book on Unit 3, Comparison, Lesson 1, Limits, in page 20 and page 21. Please, let's look at the objectives of our lesson. Number 1, to tell what some road signs mean. Number 2, to listen and complete the conversation. Number 3, to use comparative forms correctly. Comparative forms means to compare between two things. For example, and simply to say Ali is taller than Muhammad. Here I compare between Ali and Muhammad. I say taller than. Now, these are the key words of our lesson. We have only two words. We have road sign. Road sign means a sign near a road giving information or instructions to drivers. It means in Arabic شاخصة, لوحة مرورية. The second word is diameter. Look at this line. This is the circle and this is the diameter of the circle. It means a straight line going from one side of a circle to the other side, passing through the center. It means in Arabic قطر الدائرة. Okay, now please let's start our lesson. Let's start with exercise number 1. Look here, what are these? These are what we call road signs. These are road signs. Okay, now we want to answer the question, what do these road signs tell you? Look at them. Please try to guess what each sign means. Look here, 7.5 tons. This is tons, T for ton. Here, look at the sign here. Here there are small arrows from top to bottom. We have 4.4 meters. Here we have arrows for one on the right and one on the left. It means 2.0 meters. Here we have this lorry, 10.0 meters from here to here. Okay, here we have safe height, 5.3 meters. And here we have 17 tons, weak bridge. Now, please try to guess the meaning of these signs before looking at the answers. Okay, thank you for trying. Now, these are the answers. Number 1 means weight limit for a lorry. The lorry should be no more than 7.5 tons. The second sign, or the second road sign, means height limit. The height should be no more than 4.4 meters. 3 means width limit. The width of the lorry or the vehicle should be no more than 2 meters. Number 4 here means length limit for a lorry. The length of the lorry from the front to the back here, from front to back, should be no more than 10 meters from here to here. The next one means safe height limit below an electrical cable. Okay, here, look, this sign means something related to electricity. And the last one means weight limit for weak bridge. This is the weight limit. Should be no more than 17 tons. If the lorry is more than 17 tons, it's not allowed to pass over this bridge. Now, please go to exercise number 2 and 3 at the same time. These are listening exercises. Now, There is a customer who wants to drive her car onto a car ferry. Ferry, you know the car ferry? It's a big ship that is used to carry cars from one side of the river or the sea to the other side. It means in Arabic عبارة. Listen to her phone conversation with the sales staff of the ferry company. Complete the specifications مواصفات of the customer's vehicle on the left. So we want to listen to the conversation 2 times. The first time is to fill in the specifications of the car here on the left. We want to check number 1, the height of the car. Number 2, the length of the car from front to back, okay? And number 3, the width of the car from the right side to the left side of the car. Please listen carefully and focus here on the picture on the left to fill in the specifications of the car. Listen.
Unit 3, Comparison. Recording 9.
How wide is your van?
It's just under 1.9 meters wide.
Okay, that's fine. The vehicle must not be wider than 2 meters.
Great.
How long is it?
It's exactly 7 meters long.
Please measure it again carefully. It must not be longer than 7 meters.
Okay, I'll do that and get back to you.
How high is it?
It's just over 3.2 meters high, including the bicycles.
That's too high. The vehicle must not be higher than 2.9 meters.
Okay, I'll take the bikes off.
Okay, thanks for listening. Now, please try to answer exercise number 2 yourself. Thanks for listening. Now, please, let's fill in or write the specifications of the customer's car. Number 1, what's the height of the car? Exactly, it's 3.2 meters, including the bike. Now, number 2, what's the length? Good, it's 7 meters from front to the back. Good. And number 3, what's the width of the car from the right side to the left side? Exactly, it's 1.9 meters. Great. Now we want to listen again to the same conversation between the customer and the sales staff and fill in the gaps in exercise number 3. But before we listen, please let's read the conversation quickly. Listen again and complete the conversation. How? This is a question. It's just under meters wide. Okay, that's fine. The vehicle must not be 2 meters. Great. 4 is a question. 5, it's exactly meters long. Then, please measure it again carefully. It must not be gap or blank 7 meters. Okay, I'll do that and get back to you. 7 is a question. 8, it's just over meters high, including the bicycles. That's too high. The vehicle must not be 2.9 meters. Okay, I'll take the bikes off. Okay, now please listen again to the same conversation.
Unit 3, Comparison. Recording 9.
How wide is your van?
It's just under 1.9 meters wide.
Okay, that's fine. The vehicle must not be wider than 2 meters.
Great.
How long is it?
It's exactly 7 meters long.
Please measure it again carefully. It must not be longer than 7 meters.
Okay, I'll do that and get back to you.
How high is it?
It's just over 3.2 meters high, including the bicycles.
That's too high. The vehicle must not be higher than 2.9 meters.
Okay, I'll take the bikes off.
Yes, thank you. Now, again, I tell you, try to answer the exercise yourself. Please pause the video and answer the exercise yourself. Yes. Now, after listening and after you have tried, please let me uncover the answers for you. Number one, how wide is your van? Number two, 1.9 meters. Number three, wider than. This is a comparative, by the way, wider than. Number four, yes, how long is it? Number five, 7 meters. Number six, longer than. Number seven, how high is it? Number 8, 3.9. Number 9, higher than. And higher than is a comparative form of the adjective. Thank you so much. Okay. Now please go to page 21, language or grammar. And this is, by the way, is a very important exercise. This is the main course of our lesson. This is comparison. Comparison means to compare between two things. Look at this sentence in red. Ali is 170 centimeters. He is tall. Now, in this sentence, are we comparing between Ali and somebody else? No, here I'm talking about Ali only. Now look at the second sentence. Salim is 150 centimeters. He is tall also. Now, in the second sentence only, if we take it separately, are we comparing Salim with somebody else? No. So the first sentence and the second sentence are two separate, independent sentences. Now we want to combine or to join these two sentences. We want to compare between Ali and Salim. Look here at the green sentence. I say Ali is taller than Salim. Now look at the word tall in the first two sentences. It's tall in the first sentence. It's tall in the second sentence. It's taller than in the in the third sentence. This green sentence, Ali is taller than Salim, is what we call comparison or comparing between Ali and Salim. Now, what has happened to the word tall here? Tall becomes taller. We add ER and the word than. Taller than. Okay, now let's please read this paragraph in your book. The comparative form of single syllable adjectives ends in ER. Example, longer, wider. For two syllable adjectives ending in Y, this is a spelling rule or spelling tip. Ending in Y also ends in ER. Like, for example, noisy, noisier. Please, now here, mind the Y. Look at Y here. In the first word, it's noisy. Here, it's noisier. The Y becomes I. The Y becomes I, so noisier. Notice the spelling changes in big and bigger. Look at big. Big here, as you see, the last letter is G, which is a consonant. Before G, we have I, which is a vowel. When the word ends in a consonant preceded by one vowel, look here, we should double the last letter. So big becomes bigger, double G. Okay? The same we have hot, hotter. Yes, we double the last letter if it is preceded by one vowel. Now look at the word wide. Wide, here we have an E. So no need to add another E. We add only R. Look at easy, it becomes easier. The same as noisy, noisier. The Y becomes I. Yes, now than is used after the comparative adjective. Example, the van is higher than the car. We should put than after the comparative adjective. Higher than, taller than, smaller than. Now, we have some irregular comparatives like good. We don't say good, gooder. We say good, better, bad, worse. We have far, it becomes farther or further, not farer. Far, farther. We have much or many become more. And we have little, it becomes less. Okay, now look here. More plus adjective is used with adjectives of more than one syllable. Example. Now, if we have, long words, more than one syllable, like the word here, expensive, or beautiful, or powerful, or crowded. We have many words. Now, these words are long words. They are more than one syllable. أكثر من مقطع. We can't say expensiver than. For long words like expensive here in your book, we should put the word more before the word. So, more expensive. Okay? If we want to talk about, for example, crowded, it means مزدحم. We want to compare Doha to Dukhan, for example. Now, you know that Doha is a big city. It's the capital of Qatar. So I say Doha is more crowded than Dukhan. I want to compare, for example, Lamborghini car to Nissan car. Nissan car, the normal car, Tida, for example, Tida. I say Lamborghini is more expensive than Nissan car. I say more expensive. So I should add more before the adjective. Now we use less. Look here, less is used with all types of adjectives. For example, less cheap. I mean, if something is less than the other, we don't use ER, we use less, even if the word is one syllable. Okay, less cheap. We can say cheaper if it's more cheap. But if it is less, I use less cheap. Example, now you have two things. You have, for example, let's talk about strawberry. Strawberry, 1 kilo is maybe 40 riyals. Tomato, 1 kilo is maybe 5 riyals. I say tomato is less cheap than strawberry. So tomato is less cheap than strawberry. Less. Tomato is less cheap than strawberry. Okay, now we have less expensive. Less expensive. So less is used in all cases, if the word is short or long. Now the last paragraph in your book here in the language tip, if something is the wrong dimension for something or above a limit, you can say the lorry is too wide for the bridge. Here, this sentence means that the lorry doesn't fit in the bridge. It can't pass. The lorry is too wide for the bridge. Here, the lorry is maybe 3 meters, but the bridge is 2 meters. So the lorry is too wide for the bridge. The bridge is not wide enough for the lorry. This is a very important point. Again, the lorry is too wide than the bridge. It's wider than the bridge. The bridge is not wide enough for the lorry. It means that the bridge here is smaller than the lorry, so the lorry can't pass. Here I am giving you more examples. Look at hot, hotter, double T, because we have T consonant, before it we have one vowel. Nice, nicer, we add only R because we have E already. Heavy, it becomes heavier. Heavy becomes heavier. We have Y, it becomes I. Then we add ER. Beautiful, this is a long word, so we say more beautiful. Now, the last exercise is exercise number 5. Explain the problem. Here, there is a bridge, and we have at the same time a lorry. We want to compare the size of the lorry to the size, or to the size, yes, of the path through which the lorry can pass. We want to compare them. Now, look at the sentence here given in your book, the example. The bridge is 2.7 meters high, but the lorry is 2.9 meters high. So you think it can pass? The bridge is 2.7. The lorry is 2.9. I mean, the lorry is higher than the bridge. The lorry is too high for the bridge. The lorry is too high for the bridge. It's higher than the bridge. Okay, now here we have 6 sentences. Look at number 1. Height of a bridge is 2.7. It's done already. This is the example, by the way. Look at number 2. Width of ship 12.2 meters. Width of canal 11.5 meters. So you think the ship can pass or not? It's 12.2. The canal is 11.5. So the ship is bigger than the canal. 3. Length of plane 19.3 meters. Length of hangar is 18.8. The plane is bigger. Diameter of CD 12.2 centimeters. Width of the box is 11.3. The CD is bigger. Thickness of coin 3 millimeters. Width of slot is 2.88 millimeters. Slot means fatha, that you can put the coin in. If you want to buy something from the vending machine, you put a coin. Okay. And number 6, length of screw is 5.5 centimeters. Length of hole is 4.35 centimeters. Try to answer the exercise yourself before going to the next slide. Thank you for trying to answer exercise number 5. Now, these are the answers for exercise number 5. I will read number 1 and 2 only, and the others are here. You can read them carefully anytime. Number 1, the bridge is 2.7 meters high, but the lorry is 2.9 meters high. Now, here the lorry is higher than the bridge, so it can't pass because it's higher. It's 2.9. The bridge is 2.7. So let's continue. The lorry is too high for the bridge. The lorry is too high for the bridge. Or we can say the bridge isn't high enough for the lorry. Look at number 2. The ship is 12.2 meters wide, but the canal is 11.5 meters wide. Here, the canal is smaller than the ship. The canal is smaller, so the ship can't pass. So I say, let's continue. The ship is too wide for the canal, or the canal isn't wide enough for the ship. Please read the other sentences carefully. This is the end of our lesson. I want to thank you so much for listening, and I want to remind you to go to Teams application and answer the assignment within 24 hours. Don't forget to click on submit. Submit after you finish answering the assignment. Thank you so much.